All right, the setter theme continues here from Mobile, and we're going to talk to Jayden Flynn now to get our evening started here. Jackson action, 3 games this week as we kick off 2023 campaign. Jayden, what do you think going through preseason, coming in workouts, what's been the biggest change from going through all of that preseason workout stuff as a freshman to now having the experience of doing it?
It's so weird because I have such an idea of what every week or every day is going to be like now. I have an idea of what the girls are going to be like. Nothing's new every single day. So it's so nice because I'm so comfortable now and I have an idea of what everything's going to be like.
Being a freshman and going through all those first workouts and meetings and two-a-days and practices and all that, it's got to be difficult in and of itself. But what was thrown in there for you and others was that you weren't local. You were coming from a longer way. Having that experience now, is that going back, and I'm going to ask you about going back to Illinois, but did that, do you think, play a role in any of it? Is that you weren't from Texas?
Yeah, it felt, I don't know, it was just such a strange feeling knowing that all my teammates had everyone here that could just go home whenever. But the fact Maddie Bork is also from Illinois, it really just made me feel comfortable because I had that outlet as well, but I just had so many other people that aren't from out of town.
Sometimes, people ask you things like, what were some of the most exciting things in your life? Or can, you remember a specific moment where you were particularly excited? And other than, obviously when I was married and, just various spiritual things for me and my kids, when I finished my freshman year of college, has to rank in, my top 5 moments. I mean, I just remember the cathartic release of that. Tell us a little bit about what that was like getting back to Illinois and kind of what you did when you got back around family. Did you work? Did you play? Did you rest? How did you kind of spend your summer?
Yeah. I feel like my summer was so low key just because I really needed to just chill and take back because freshman year everything was so much. It was just go, 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 just school, volleyball, and everything, just making new friends. It was so nice to go back and just have my comfort with my family and my cousins and my friends and just working. It was just so nice to just chill.
When that chill kind of had to roll off and you kind of had the reality of, okay, it's time to come back, and the chill really rolled off in Nacogdoches because it's been over 100 degrees forever. But when you kind of had that realization of, okay, it's time to start workouts and things and come back to SFA, what was one thing that you felt like that you wanted to target in terms of improvement? Like one characteristic of the game that you're like, I want to really take a step up on this?
So once I left last semester, I had told the coaches in our checkout meeting, I really just want to become a smarter setter because last year the girls were very encouraging, you're doing good, but I mean, it's just I still had that high school mindset where I just wanted to be smart and really understand the other side of the net. So that was my big target.
You hear sometimes, and I've seen it happen, athletes come in, they have a great freshman season, and the team does great. So the team does great last year, and your freshman year goes all the way to the NCAA tournament, and then they never have that experience again. They play 3 or 4 more years, and the teams aren't as good. What's your biggest memory of being in the NCAA tournament as a freshman, and what's your thought about the desire to have that happen again as you play out the rest of your career?
Mm-hmm. Obviously, the other side of the net looked so different compared to us, just height-wise, strength. It was just very obvious, but I can remember Bella kind of making a joke as she's across the net from a 7-foot middle blocker, just, let's go, guys, as a joke, all right, let's do this. I think that was just really funny, and it was just nice to have my mom and my grandma there just to come out for such a big moment, but yeah.
But to know that you're one of the top 40, 50 teams in the nation and have an opportunity to play a team of that high of a caliber has to be, again, you want to go out and you want to win. You want, in the NCAA's eyes, to pull the upset. But it's got to be an honor to be able to go up against competition that good.
Yeah, I agree. And I think just because there's such a view on these mid-major schools that we could never keep up, but the fact we got the opportunity to go against them was just, so I was just so thankful to be able to do it. Because in club, you see all these big girls, and you're like, oh, they're going to go to Baylor. They're going to go to these Big 12 schools. But when you finally get to play them again, it's just fun.
I kind of asked this question to Maddie in reverse, but as the younger setter, and we now have a younger setter that's younger than you, but what have you taken from playing alongside Maddie Bort?
She is probably the most calm athlete I've ever seen in my life, and she is so smart, even in school. Like, she is just such an inspiration just to really get that knowledge of the game, and she really keeps my calm down just when I see her out on the court and I'm on the sideline. Like, the game does not have to be that hectic. I just need to take a step back.
That's cool. I think that's a really good identification because I see that in Maddie too. One of the things we talked about, especially at the end of the year last year on virtually every broadcast, radio or TV, aces from you, the serving from you. I mean, 48 aces last year, and we had to go way back to where we had a tally, over a decade, where we had a tally that high. What's your own self-diagnosis? What do you think is difficult about receiving your serve?
That's something I still don't know to this day. And also in my checkout meeting, D-Hump had a lot to say about my serve, and she's like, other side can never do anything about it. It's just really good, and I don't know. Okay,
so you can play true or false with me. This is just broadcaster thinking along with you. I think this changed as the year went along, but I've noticed in serving drills, you guys are instructed to be very targeted on the floor during practice service drills. I mean, for those of you that are not in practice and don't see this, the serving drills that SFA goes through are actually pretty intense. A lot of times you see it and it's relaxed. It's not very relaxed when we have serving drills. You tend, I think, to serve really deep a lot, and that confuses the back row about in or out. I saw you get a lot of aces on people turning away thinking things were out. Do you kind of catch that?
I do. I think that's my big thing now, especially since I haven't been jumping with my serve, so I don't have as much power. I think I just need to target the deep end because I think that's what has been getting people. If it's not a super float serve or it's not always just going to be right to them, just get them deep.
And last year, kind of because of serves going in the corners and stuff, we had the kind of oddity of always posting things on the internet, and the hashtag #InLikeFlynn was trending. And, I had that, and I threw that out there one day, and your family kind of caught that. And by the way, I mean, if you're watching this, you need to be jealous because other than family, I think I am the only one that has a hashtag #InLikeFlynn shirt. Okay, and they're not going to be mass-produced. This is like a limited edition thing. And I wore it to practice so that she could see it once this year. I didn't bring it on this trip, but I'll bring it on trips. Is that something we should continue? Like your whole career, like should we continue to milk the whole #InLikeFlynn hashtag?
I think so, because it keeps me motivated to keep my serving game up there. I can't just be a freshman server. I got to be a whole year, every year thing.
Yeah. I mean, 48 aces at this level against this competition, this level of passer is really impressive. Well, we got a chance to talk setting tonight, and Jayden will be in action tomorrow, and then we'll be back next weekend at home for our first home tournament, and Jayden and Maddie and crew will be back then. Jayden, thanks for the chat tonight.
Thank you.